Good afternoon, everyone. Well, I guess it's actually evening. Just got home from work and wanted to talk about my day two, and how it went and how I'm feeling and everything. Like I said yesterday, I really have been focusing on my diet and my mindset and my nervous system and getting movement in for gosh, over a year now. And, I wasn't really seeing much improvement. So I started really focusing on it in 2024 after I got married and after went on our honeymoon. And I was just like, this is crazy. I've got to do something. So I started going to the gym. I hired a coach, a fitness coach, and was doing all the things, and I just really wasn't seeing any results. So, last year, I felt like all I was doing was just getting bigger and bigger. And I got to a point to where I just didn't feel good. My sleep was a wreck. I couldn't sleep. And I was stressing about it. I was stressing about what I was eating, what I was supposed to be eating. I was stressing about not getting sleep and then stressing about how to get sleep. And so finally, I guess probably toward the end of last year, like a light bulb went off and I was like, okay, so I've got to figure out how to lower my stress because I'm stressing about everything. I was stressing about my marriage, my kids, my grandkids, my food, my exercise, my job, all of it. I was just stressed out. And my husband, in 2024, he changed jobs, and so he was real stressed out. And so, you know, when you live with someone and they're stressed out, it stresses you out. It was like we were both stressed out. Anyway, I digress. So what I started doing this year is, I did go to a functional medicine doctor and she ran a boatload of tests. I did find out, that I have like some certain genes that could potentially be causing me to, hold on to weight, not get rid of it very easily. But really, and she wanted me to do more of a paleo type diet, and I did. I started doing that. And what I tend to do is overthink things. If you are like me and you overthink things, okay, you know what I'm talking about. So I was overthinking what she wanted me to eat, the supplements that she was giving me. I knew a little bit about paleo, but there were some certain things that she didn't want me to have because of some issues that I have. So, I just really started focusing on walking every day, or almost every day, as many days a week as I could. And I started just, I would start my day that way. And I started seeing some differences. But then very quickly, I started having really bad back spasms. And I didn't know what was wrong with them. It took me 10 days before I actually went to a doctor. And anyway, long story short, literally like a week later, my tooth started hurting. And it was one of my molars. And come to find out, it had a crown on it. it was all infected up under the crown. So I had to have that tooth moved. So I'm going through the whole process now. But anyway, so I've just really been focusing on starting to get my nervous system back in order and more calm. And so I've been walking every day, or most every day. My husband got me a panda drum, if you know anything about panda drums. So that's been really great for me as well. And then last weekend when we went to Meat Stock 2026, that was very inspirational. It was wonderful to hear, you know, all the things that this has done for people and how it has changed their lives or saved their lives. So today has been a really good day. Usually where I work with a bunch of men, and they like to have snacks. And you know, I had gotten to where I had stopped with the snacks, and then I got to where I was like eating 1 or 2 little pieces of chocolate, because chocolate is my downfall, okay? But today I had none, so I'm super proud of myself for not having any. I had breakfast, so I had protein for breakfast, and then at lunch I had protein. So that's all I've had today. I'm super proud of myself. I did some weights this morning. I did not go walking because the weather is rainy. I don't know if you can see the rain falling behind me, but it's been rainy all day. So anyway, that's where I am. Today is day 2. I'm pretty excited that I have done extremely well and not had any snacking at all. And, you know, I'm just going to take this one day at a time. I'm going to talk about the things that I'm grateful for. I'm going to remember the things that I'm grateful for. And, you know, just continue to start getting my nervous system more, less stressed, because I've been in fight or flight for so long. So if you want to follow along my journey, hit the subscribe button, and I would definitely appreciate it. If you have any questions for me, please feel free to leave me a comment, or if this inspires you in any way, I'd love to cheer you on. You know, it's great to have people that are doing the same thing that you're doing, or that want to do the same thing you're doing. You know, it's great to have a community. And so I would love to cheer you on if this is what you're wanting to do, or, you know, if you have any questions for me, I'm happy to answer them. I'm an open book. Here's to day 2. And I do want to end my my video today with what I'm grateful for. And today I am grateful for the rain that we so desperately need. So I'm grateful for rain today. So what are you grateful for today? I'd love to see it in the comments. Thank you for joining me, and I will be seeing you again really soon. Bye.